Star Wars Episode 9 is said to have one of the most unpredictable endings in Star Wars history by writer and director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, we do know that this movie is getting closer to the very end of filming for Episode 9, as J.J. and Chris Terrio are beginning to wrap many different parts of the movie. We do know that some reshoots are going to actually be in place for the third act of this film, which will have something to do with the ending of this movie. However, what's really exciting is that these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with the ending of Episode 9, that will include a major revelation for the character of Luke Skywalker, a sequence that George Lucas and J.J. Abrams worked on together. Now, you guys may have actually heard that George Lucas is indeed involved in the movie of Episode 9 to a certain level. We do know that he did a 2-day shoot and directed and advised certain sequences for the character of Luke Skywalker to J.J. Abrams. Now, this all has to do with one of the major revelations to come at the very ending of Star Wars Episode 9. So, one of the big conclusions in this movie will have to do with the character of Luke, and it's really raising a lot of questions, and this could definitely fall directly in line with what we heard a couple of months ago, that this ending in this movie is going to be by far the most unpredictable ending to a Star Wars movie to date. And honestly, guys, I am so excited about all of this. I couldn't be hyped any more than this because my mind is going crazy right now. I'm trying to wonder exactly what could they really do? What could they necessarily develop that would be so unpredictable in a Star Wars movie ending that will include a Luke Skywalker revelation that George Lucas gave advice on to director J.J. Abrams and even directed a couple of scenes here and there. So, with that being said, we do know that this may very well have something to do with a flashback and or a Force ghost of Luke Skywalker, or maybe something completely new and unexpected. Some people believe that maybe Luke will come back to life in this movie, and that Luke will be alive and okay, or maybe he'll come back to life temporarily. The possibilities really are endless. Now, when it comes to the ending of Episode 9, we do know that they are hard at work on directing and writing the final sequences right now. Some script adjustments have actually been taking place before they actually wrap it up all together, before they head into post-production. So a lot of things really are coming together for Star Wars Episode 9, and I think what J.J. Abrams really wants to do is he wants to change our perception of both The Last Jedi, The Force Awakens, and even the prequels and the originals. As we have heard before, Episode 9 is going to change our perception of the past sequel trilogy movies as well as the other two trilogies, and I think that could honestly be a good or a bad thing. It really is a huge risk by Disney and Lucasfilm, and I'm not quite sure if this is really, a thing to gamble with. If you think about the future of the Star Wars franchise, it really does depend on Episode 9. Not just how well it does at the box office, but how it sits well with the fans around the world. So as far as the character of Luke goes, we do know that Mark Hamill is hard at work on essentially becoming the character of Skywalker once again in Episode 9. I find it very strange that he's actually going to be using a lot of the de-aging technology and doesn't have a beard for some of the scenes in this movie, indicating that we will be getting flashback sequences in this film. So, looking past all of this, the next thing that I do want to go over is George Lucas. We do know that George, had a little piece in Solo: A Star Wars Story. He actually directed a small scene in that movie and took it up a notch in Star Wars Episode 9 for the character of Luke in one of the ending scenes of this movie that is considered a major revelation to the Skywalker saga. I can see why George would step in and give J.J. Abrams some advice here in order to really keep things in line with the past 8 movies. So, looking at everything going forward, I think that what they really need to accomplish here is something that's really going to be full of purpose, substance, and meaning. This revelation has to be a true revelation, not just a shocker. It also has to have a big impact, an emotional impact, on a majority of the Star Wars fans. That's when it truly resonates with a lot of people out there. They begin talking about it, and it begins to become one of the most legendary endings in a Star Wars movie. To me, The Force Awakens ending, I thought that was a legendary ending. I don't know about you guys, but I thought it was perfect because it opened up so much mystery, so much discussion, so many different discussions about what's to come in Star Wars The Last Jedi. And now with Episode 9 getting a similar treatment where we're going to have one of those legendary endings in this movie that has to do with Skywalker's revelation, I think is something truly to look forward to. Anyways guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.